We're the North East Scotland Biological Record Centre. We sit within the Natural Environment team within Aberdeenshire Council, and we maintain a database of biodiversity information for Aberdeen City, Aberdeenshire, Murray, Angus and the Cairngorms National Park. We provide support, guidance and training opportunities for biological recorders, maintain quality assured records and act as a local hub for biological data exchange. I think particularly in the world we live in today, biological recording has never been more important. Reliable information on where species and habitats are found is crucial in informing conservation efforts, land use planning and ensuring biodiversity is considered in development. It tracks shifts in species abundance and distribution, revealing the impacts of habitat loss, pollution and climate change. And anyone can do it, so it empowers everyone from experts to casual observers to contribute. It is also great motivation for getting outside. Recording creates a deeper connection with your local environment and you become part of a community of recorders who share your passion for protecting nature. A record is composed of 4 elements. 1, what you saw. So what species you saw, how many of them, and if relevant, for example butterflies, the life stage. 2, where you saw it. Ideally we would like at least a 6-figure grid reference, which is accurate to 100 metres squared, and the location name. For mobile species, especially birds in flight, 1 kilometre accuracy, so a 4-figure grid reference is fine. Beyond that, records become much less useful. 3, when, the date of the sighting, which can be a day or a period of time. 4, who you are. This is important so we can contact you to confirm any details if required. We are equally, if not more, interested in the common everyday species as we are the rare and more unusual species. It is often common species that do the heavy lifting in terms of ecosystem services such as pollination. People can record directly with NESBReC and you have 3 main options. You can log onto our website and fill in the online recording form. This is probably the quickest and most convenient way to log single records or small numbers of records. If you have multiple records, you can collate your records using our Excel spreadsheet and email them into us annually or periodically throughout the year. Alternatively, you can print out a paper recording form from our website and pop that in the post to us. There are also many other local and national schemes that collate and verify records. For example, iRecord and BirdTrack are national schemes that people might be familiar with. They provide convenient platforms for recording, and we do receive records from these schemes, but for some species groups there can be bottlenecks in terms of records that are waiting to be verified. There are a few key points to bear in mind in terms of recording on these and other platforms. For some platforms and species groups, there can be long delays between submitting your record and the data eventually ending up with NESBReC. So if you think your records will be of use locally here in the North East, such as data reaching decision makers, tackling invasive species, or raising awareness of new species to our area, then it is best to log your record directly with NESBReC. For some species groups there are well-established routes for recording and these work well. For example, bird records to BirdTrack and moths recorded via iRecord. If you're unsure about the species group you're interested in, just ask us. If you are recording a sensitive species, such as a badger or a nesting bird of prey, you should record it directly with us using a full grid reference. We manage sensitive species records so that the data is available to decision makers, but is blurred or excluded from the public domain. Always check your privacy settings are set to allow the platform to share your records with other schemes. On some platforms, the default settings restrict data sharing, and privacy settings often result in the spatial scale at which the data is shared being of little to no use. If you're unsure about your privacy settings, you should log into your account from a computer and ensure that they are set to CC0 or CC BY. Anything else will not be of use to NESBReC. iNaturalist is great if you're learning how to identify species, but the downside is that the data is not readily available for other users, like feeding into planning, for example. However, there are some steps that you can take with your iNaturalist account that will make their records more usable. Make sure you register using your real name rather than an anonymous tag. It helps for us to know who has recorded the data. Attach a photo to the record, otherwise it is unlikely to reach research grade and be accepted. This is essential to it passing into iRecord and then being available to NESBReC. As with iRecord, check that your data sharing is set to CC0 or CC BY. You can do this on the iNaturalist website, but not from your phone. This is an essential step to ensure that we can access the data and use it. If you can, add extra information such as a life stage to insects or whether something is dead on a road. This extra information helps with verification. Last but not least, if you are sending your record to NESBReC and you have also submitted it through another platform, please let us know in the comments section so that we can manage duplication. And when you have a photo or video to support your record, you can email that to us at nesbrec@aberdeenshire.gov.uk. All records that come in directly to us will go through a verification process to ensure that the what, where and when details are correct. If we need help determining a record to species or even genus level, we have a network of expert verifiers who we can send the record on to. Our verifiers volunteer their time and are hugely valued by the team at NESBReC. Once verified, the data are entered into our database, which currently holds almost 3 million records. This data is frequently used by partners, decision makers, education and conservation bodies, national recording schemes and the wider community to assist with land use planning, conservation, site management and research. I'm not sure if I have one favourite record, but I'm always excited to receive pine marten records. Pine martens are a species that were historically persecuted, almost to extinction, but after many decades of legal protection, they are now recovering and are doing really well in the northeast. They're recorded in Aberdeen City on a regular basis, and some of the most memorable records from Aberdeen in recent years, supported by photographs I might add, have been a pine marten in Fitty and another swimming across the Dee in Garthdee.